Hello, this is Rosetta, a block level yield router for HyperEVM. Our goal is to maximize returns in real time. Lending markets only update their interest rates when someone supplies, borrows, repays, or withdraws on chain. Between those events, interest accrues every block, shifting utilization and repricing silently. Event-based trackers flatten these shifts, so capital moves late and yield is missed. On fast chains like HyperEVM, where blocks arrive every second, these micro deltas compound quickly. Borrow APY is calculated as the exponential of the per second borrow rate times the number of seconds in a year minus 1. Even tiny changes in the instantaneous rate add up. So, what we know? Rates are continuous, not discrete. Utilization, the ratio of total borrowed assets to total supplied assets, feeds directly into Morpho's interest rate model. When utilization rises above 90%, the borrow rate ramps up. When it falls, the rate drops. Supply APY equals the borrow APY multiplied by utilization and reduced by any fees. If you ignore this continuous drift, you are effectively trading blind. So, where Rosetta comes in. Rosetta makes that invisible drift visible. Our Rosetta indexer computes utilization, borrow APY, and supply APY for every block across Felix and Hyperbit's Morphobit markets, with support for Hyperland and HLP coming soon. The allocator compares spreads across vaults and decides when to rebalance after accounting for gas, slippage, and other hidden costs. The Rosetta engine executes those rebalances automatically. Users interact through previous session signer, a scoped key that lets an agent sign transactions within defined policies on their behalf, while institutions can integrate via API. So, why it's novel? Because everything runs at block cadence. It's first block level yield router in crypto, from event-based systems leg to Rosetta surfaces the truth in real time, and it enables new strategies. The result is higher, safer yields for users, block level precision for funds and DAOs, and deeper liquidity with tighter spreads for the ecosystem. Okay, now let's look at the app itself. At the top of the interface, you will see tabs for vaults, markets, and spreads. We start on the vaults tab. There's a drop down that lets you filter vaults by curator: Felix, Gauntlet, MEV Capital, or HyperEVM, and a search bar to quickly find a specific vault, such as Felix Hype. Each row lists a vault with its current supply APY and total deposits in both USD terms and underlying tokens. If I click on Felix Hype, for example, the detail page shows a block by block time series of its supply APY, the current supply APY, and the total deposits. On the right, there's a donut chart breaking down how this vault allocates across markets. Next, the markets tab. Here you can filter markets by collateral token and loan token. Or also you can search any markets such as K, Hype, or UBTC. So the table lists each market with its borrow APY, liquidity, utilization rate, and LLTV. For example, so let's visit the first market. I see its borrow APY time series, as we see on the vaults, the collateral token and loan token, the current borrow APY, the amount of available liquidity, the current utilization, and the LLTV. A small chart titled Current to Target Utilization Curve illustrates how the current utilization compares to the target. Finally, the Spreads tab allows you to compare vault performance for a chosen asset. At the top, there's a drop-down where I can select an asset like USDT. Once selected, a chart plots the APY of each vault strategy that supports that asset. In this example, I'm comparing all of the vaults of the selected asset USDT. On the right is an action panel titled earn yield on USDT. I can enter a land amount, hit max to use my available balance, and see the current APY of the highest performing vault. When I click execute, the Rosetta engine will allocate my USDT across the selected vaults according to its algorithm. The transaction is signed via my previous session key, so rebalancing happens securely and automatically. Over time, Rosetta captures microspreads between vaults and compounds them into higher returns. So, that concludes the tour. By combining real-time block level data with an automated allocator and secure session signing, Rosetta turns continuous on-chain information into actionable yield strategies. Thank you very much.